Hello, hello, my beautiful people. My name is F, and I'm here with my co-hosts M and R. We are Pineapple Catfish, the moderate mediocre podcast. Welcome to the show. Wow, that was really good, guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for picking up on the slack.
No
Just leaving me
problem.
fucking
No
hanging
problem.
like that, huh?
No, that's comedy.
Wow.
That's comedy.
Okay.
That's a well-timed silence. You see that? That was called a well-timed silence. Now it's funny.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Welcome to our crappy podcast.
So, where we talk about nothing. That's the whole podcast. All right, I'm logging off. See y'all tomorrow.
Jesus. So much for the first episode.
Oh,
Alright. So
we got some horoscopes, don't we?
wait.
Do you?
Hey, you guys
Maybe you should read them off. I don't know what those are. Maybe you should read them. Because I've never seen a horoscope before.
Horoscopes are for noobs.
Wow, harsh words.
Oh,
We put a
man.
lot of love and care into these horoscopes, man.
I know.
I'm a pro gamer. Pro gamers don't
We divined it through all the stars, man. Like
Horoscopes are they're pro gamer. That's what horoscopes are. Freaking pro gamer move.
incredible. This is truly an upgrade in the comedy, though. I appreciate it. Oh God, Craig, what are you doing? You're killing my fucking computer. It's like downloading shit that I don't need downloaded right now. Craig. Only opened something that
So, horoscopes.
Oh yeah. I guess we gotta start.
You gonna pull that up?
I already have it.
Then
Alright.
read it.
Let's go.
No. Because we haven't used these yet. These are still the same ones.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the show off. There was nothing before this, obviously, besides the intro. We're going to start this show off with the horoscopes of the week. And now it's important to note that our horoscopes are not in any way, shape, or form supposed to be taken seriously and or personally. Can you, like, whoever has their little cursor, there we go.
Oh.
No malice or ill intent is meant by any of the following horoscopes. So, let's get it started. Now, Aquarius, fuck you. Fuck you. You
Damn,
brainless
is that
fucking
just in
TikToker.
general? Is that just in general? Fuck you.
No, this one goes out to any Aquariuses named Henry Goldstein. If you are an Aquarius named Henry Goldstein, fuck you. Fuck you, Henry.
What the fuck?
just fuck you. That quick.
Horoscope is going to be Pisces. So, have you been feeling special lately? If so, try licking your elbow, specifically in public. If you can do it, you have absorbed your twin in the womb. Okay, who the fuck is interrupting my beautiful horoscopes with their phones? Put that shit on
no,
vibrate.
it's not a phone. It's porn. I'm sorry.
Turn on my Christian broadcast. Come on. Anyway,
They're supposed to be family friendly.
all right, Aries.
It's
This one's pretty
it's
important.
PG-13. It's PG-13 porn. It's okay.
To read some horoscopes. Oh,
Okay,
Aries.
okay. I'll read
this one's
Aries.
very important.
Aries, your life could be great in danger. It could be in great danger.
Life could be in great danger, Aries.
Because Aries.
If you're an Aries, you might have a chance of being murdered by your friend who you keep interrupting.
You just gotta avoid cancer. Oh, wait, I think you should just avoid cancer in general. Isn't that shit bad for you?
Oh, fucking, like, no. Deadpool has cancer. He's good.
Okay, last time I checked, you don't have a healing factor. Last time I checked.
Maybe I need to get cancer first. You don't know.
Deadpool has a cat sperm.
Wait.
He's gonna make
Taurus.
cancer children.
Okay, I think this bit is done. We're never doing this bit again. You guys have spoiled it.
No, wait, we only got through 3. We still have.
You guys have ruined this
4,
bit.
5,
We're going to be
6,
moving
7,
on with the
8,
rest of the
9,
show now.
10, 11, 12. Oh yeah, that's right. 12.
To be doing
Still
the
have
next
9
part of
more.
the show now. All right, so this next segment is a little something called
Wait,
what?
Taurus.
we're just dropping it?
Taurus, stay away from red capes. I'm looking at you, Superman fans. Sorry.
Gemini, it just says horoscope of the day because we were supposed to look it up beforehand, but nobody fucking planned this thing out. So we're just not doing Gemini. You don't get a horoscope. Good
Oh
job.
no, they don't. They're not lucky. They're not lucky. It's not their day.
Yeah, they're a loser. Fuck them.
Answer. Everyone tends to avoid you. Engage in more aggressive, direct physical contact in order to bring yourself closer to them. Leo,
That's what Deadpool
people
does.
don't perceive you as unique enough. Every time you meet another Leo, challenge them to a barehanded duel to the death. There can only be one.
I'm a
Virgo,
hell
when
yeah,
you
let's
walk,
go.
try not to trip over your own feet at risk of looking like an idiot. Libra, get in touch with your animal instincts. Remember that you are the alpha when you walk into a room. On every level except physical, you are a wolf.
Fuck's sake.
Scorpio, the next person you rob will be very rich. Make sure to have a sharp weapon handy just in case they resist a little. Sagittarius, every time you turn your back to a mirror, your reflection gets one step closer to replacing you in the real world. Stay on the lookout. And Capricorn, best for last, be careful what you drink. If you consume any liquid within the next week, chances are you'll catch something nasty. And that closes off the segment of horoscopes of the week.
Thank you.
Man.
Wow.
Now,
That was the least
Who
well
wants to talk
executed
about-
bit of the show so far. It was the only bit, but I'm pretty sure that's
I
already
want
the
to
worst.
talk about Blizzard.
I'll talk about Blizzard. Fuck Blizzard,
Oh.
dog.
F, tell me what happened with Blizzard, because I don't know what
And
happened.
the whole Blitzchung thing, I don't think anybody that's on the internet, or at least on this corner of the internet where they're searching up obscure podcasts, does not know about Blizzard and how they've been fucking up lately.
Yeah, but
From
just
the
tell
initial
us.
thing with, okay, the initial issue with Blitzchung yelling, let's see, I forget his exact quote, but it was basically revolution of the ages, freedom for Hong Kong, something along those lines. Let me look this up. So that phrase is
Huh?
yes.
Got him.
Okay, so he said liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age, and that is the kind of motto of the protests in Hong Kong right now, and Blizzard, of course, being part of their motto being a voice for all, decided that they should not only censor him, but have him kicked out of Grandmasters, revoke all of his prize money, and kick out the two casters that were involved in the situation. They didn't even say anything wrong, by the way. It was Blitzchung only, but the broadcasters still got kicked out because why not, right, Blizzard?
So what I'm getting at here is Blizzard kicked out this guy because he said something political.
Yes. Specifically because it was political regarding China, and because Blitzchung is Chinese. So, or yeah.
Hmm.
Big
Very
rips.
good. Of course, due to all of the backlash, because this has been a big problem, Blizzard was like, oh shit, we fucked up, guys. We better backpedal our punishments a little bit. So instead of banning him for a year, which was, by the way, way too much, in this world of esports, a year is like, you basically quit. There's no reason to go back.
Oh wait,
6 months,
this is an wait. Sorry. This is an esports player, right?
Hearthstone. He said it during a
Oh,
Grandmaster tournament, I believe.
Hearthstone.
Okay. All right, continue.
Yeah, I should have opened with that, but I assume most people know largely about the situation. Where was I?
About the 1-year ban thing.
Backpedaling. They were backpedaling. So Blizzard
Okay.
was like, actually, we changed our minds because this was obviously just a snap of the moment decision that we decided to enact all by ourselves. There was nothing to do with China at all. They said that. And it's going to make me a little bit angrier a little bit in the future. But they basically backpedaled, and I believe that they didn't do anything about the casters. I think they're still kicked out. I do not remember exactly what happened to them, but I know that. Oh wait, no, their sentences was reduced from lifetime ban to 6 months, like Blitzchung, but which is again still way too much, especially in the esports scene. Blitzchung was given his prize money of $10,000, I believe, so that's good. But he's still banned for 6 months, and which is fucking ridiculous.
It's really unorganized. It's terrible.
Damn.
Blizzard has been doing a lot of backpedaling and fucking up. Lots of people have actually been commenting on it. Like, so I'm a true blue American, and I understand that the political parties generally do not agree, but Blizzard has fucked up so bad that not only the Democrats, not just the Republicans, but both of them have been going at Blizzard for being un-American for silencing the freedom of speech. You know you fucked up when both parties are fucking angry with you. Fucking hell, Blizzard.
Oh, shoot.
The entire issue is just getting fucking
and you have to
blown
try
up.
pretty hard. You have to try pretty hard to piss off both at the same time.
With the same fucking action, they pissed
pretty
off both
fucking-
of them. Okay, so like
Terrible.
two signs like on the premises of Blizzard that are attached to various statues of some kind. Two of them say, one, think globally, and two, every voice matters. Yeah, fucking right, Blizzard. Fuck you. Fuck you. Every voice that doesn't shut off lots of money going towards your pockets gets a fucking matter.
It's
Goddamn.
hypocritical.
Pisses me off. And at the same time as they were backpedaling on American media, they were like, to China on their Chinese Twitter, they were like, oh yeah, we would not let something like this pass. We must uphold the honor of our country. Our was the word used there, guys. Our country. Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, the American company, supporting the ideals of communist, authoritarian China, and calling it our country. That pisses me off. All right. So I believe that the Chinese media company Tencent has a 40% share in Blizzard.
Tencent.
So I believe that's why they're making these interesting decisions. And I understand that it's all about the money. But if you would at least come clean to the American public and say that, then everybody wouldn't be so mad. Like, we have to backpedal because it is the most economic decision. I understand that China probably wouldn't be happy with it, but they would understand most likely, right? Well,
Yeah,
I'm just not that worldly. But if you're going to say one separate thing on Chinese channels and American channels, at least like make them comparable, right? At least pretend that you're trying not to lie to the American public's faces. I know, my fucking phone's angry even.
True.
God.
That's true.
Well, you know what? There's one thing that Blizzard did right. COD Mobile.
Oh, fuck you!
Notably, BlizzCon is coming up soon, so if you have the free time, you could join the protests that are going to be happening right outside BlizzCon.
Oh,
Very
really?
exciting.
Oh, man.
It'd be epic, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And if you all thought that like everybody was going to be all hunky-dory in the video game business because Blizzard is taking all the heat, Bethesda decided that fucking up with Fallout 76 was getting too overshadowed, so they decided to fuck up again. They have decided that the microtransactions, which they said were going to be cosmetics only, are now being attributed to having to pay actual real-life money for it through the Atom Shop.
Hold on. This is Blizzard, right?
No, this is about Bethesda. We're moving on. We're segueing a little bit because I swear to God, every joke on the internet was like, "Well, I bet Bethesda and EA are happy that Blizzard's taking all the heat." Well, the fucking new joke is Bethesda was angry that Blizzard was taking away their spotlight of being the shittiest game company of the year. They wanted the bad PR award, so here they are changing their fucking cosmetics-only microtransaction policy to now we're just making in-game policies. Or in-game items cost real money if you want to get it, unless you want to farm for endless hours for atoms.
I mean, COD Mobile.
You know what they said to justify it? They were like, oh, we heard that the community wanted these items, so now we're adding them so you can pay real-life money for them. They're warping the fucking words of the consumer because they wanted these certain things in their game, which should have been included for free.
Wait.
Able to be earned.
Here's a real question, though. Is it loot boxes? Are we talking about loot boxes?
Isn't loot boxes, but the only way to really receive atoms once you get deep into the game is through buying them.
Oh, but are there loot boxes? Because that's the real issue. Loot boxes are
not the only issue. The main issue of this is they said, oh, the only things we're going to use in the game or in the atomic shop, they're going to be cosmetics only, guys. and now they're going back on that. And not only are they going back on it, they're warping and manipulating the words and wishes of the people that actually play their shitty game to justify bringing paid items that have actual in-game uses into the store, which you have to pay real money for. Not leave a fucking bad taste in anybody else's mouth here. God fucking damn.
Yeah, microtransactions are really tricky. And just like, yeah, I don't know. It really depends on the type of microtransaction. Like, there's some games. Some games
I don't
do
really
right,
care if they're making money off of microtransactions, man. That doesn't matter to me. I don't even spend money on that shit anyways. My problem is not only did they fucking lie about it, but now that they're changing their policy, they are manipulating the words of people that actually care about their game to justify making those people who actually enjoy their game pay money for stuff that should have been in the game already for free.
Yeah,
that is my issue. Make as much money as you want. I want to go into advertising.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's like a scam.
You can't even play like the game fairly. You gotta pay just to play fairly. No, that's freaking not even. I mean, pay to win is slightly more respectable. Like pay to, no.
To get basic things that should have already been in the game that they added later and now are making people pay for.
So yeah, it's a bunch of bull. I don't like that. It's like
all right, EA, it's your fucking move. Do you want to steal the bad PR award from Bethesda or from Blizzard? It's your turn to act up now. Anyways, all right. What's our next segment? Because I've just gotten so fucking angry in the past 30
yeah,
10, it hasn't even been 30 minutes. It's been like 10 minutes of just me yelling angrily at Blizzard and Bethesda. Can we take a break? I need to be not angry right now.
There's one point we need to take away from this, and that is that COD Mobile is the
fuck off.
Somebody fucking mute this kid. How do we do that?
No, you know what?
Whoa, hold up.
And they're gonna do the same shit. They're gonna just, it's just cosmetic.
I did it. Genius
then
power.
They're gonna. Didn't you notice? Didn't you notice? It's just cosmetics. You just gotta pay for it, but slowly. Just watch. They're gonna sit here.
No, for sure. No.
No.
I know they're gonna screw up the balance with the weapon cosmetics because
I mean, look what Identity V did.
Is this our segue? This is really gonna be our segue, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Identity V. Great game.
Identity.
I regret this. I regret this.
All right, wait. We need to tell them what Identity V is.
Hey, it's all on you. I raged on for 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's your turn to talk.
All right. I'll start. Identity V. It's basically
Dead by Daylight. It's a 1v4 asymmetrical survivor horror by NetEase, which is currently available for iOS and Android as well as PC.
It's basically Dead by Daylight, but for kids. It's basically it.
No, it's not for kids.
Well,
you want to feed that shit to kids?
There's kids playing it.
I know it's a bad idea.
I know they went family friendly with that game, and I think that's really bad for the community in general, because you have this wide range of full-on adults and children. Really not good for a gaming community.
Yeah,
like all the
pedophilia is dangerous.
All the pro players are just like what, in their 20s, mid-20s, and then all the fans are what, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds,
8-year-olds, 8, 9, 10, 12,
12, 15.
No, 12 is the golden age. 12 is when all kinds of things happen.
Bro. That's why they play Identity V. They're trying to find their identity.
Yeah. And the thing is, identity versus role confusion.
Oh my God.
No, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Oh
my God.
I hope I didn't hear anything, right?
Okay.
I'm sorely mistaken with what I heard.
You didn't hear. We're gonna redact that in post.
I'm proud of you.
Holy Identity V.
Oh man.
Oh my. The community is so cringy.
No. But before it was the community, No, it was the game. The game actually used to be good. That's the thing.
No.
It used to be actually fun.
Yeah, I've spoken with people who were there from first season. First season, everyone was like, they were saying that the game was actually well balanced at first. When it first came out, when the chairs used to be hooks and hunters had different abilities, like Ripper had his whole fog range
It was
thing.
bad though. Ripper was like really bad.
Oh no, he had infinite fog blades back then.
Really?
Yeah,
Weird.
he had infinite fog blades, but it was only in this like one fog area.
No,
of the
yeah,
city.
no, I remember that. I tried playing him. He was very unwieldy. You had to wait in one place for a long time for the fog to start showing up so you could throw your infinite fog blades.
Oh no, Survivor had their own little fog area too. That's what I heard.
Really? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Apparently, the reason why they reworked Ripper was because, okay, and this is what I heard from one of the people I talked with. He said that survivors are able to stack the fogs and make the game lag out really hard.
Oh,
you
as if that was a problem when they added Joseph.
Oh, pornographer?
We're really going this direction. This is our show now. We make sex jokes that aren't funny, guys. Let's go.
What do you mean? It's PG-13 porn I'm talking about.
All right,
I didn't.
I've seen people complain about Joseph. Joseph,
It sounded more
right?
pedophilic than anything, by the way, dog.
Wait, what?
What?
G13 porn?
What the fuck?
Oh,
On M. Take us a few steps back, brother.
Well, yeah, the game is the game used to be really balanced. Well, the game used to be decently balanced.
Passable. It used
yeah,
to be
because
passable.
It was
because they didn't try all this extracurricular bullshit. They kept it simple. They
Extracurricular.
kept the mechanics straightforward for every character. It made sense.
but after eventually they started adding more characters, which really fucked up the balance.
I mean, at first it was kind of exciting, each character just seeing it.
yeah,
But now they're like, they're trying to throw water out of a sinking ship. Like
Yeah,
it's not working. It's not working, and they're not solving the problem by addressing the problem directly. They're just gonna add more characters.
yeah, and the thing is, every time they're trying to rework the character, it turns to shit.
And like the value, like before when a new character was added, everyone was super excited. The forums be
Yeah.
flooding. Oh shit! Look at this. But now, like they've added the value of adding a new character to the game. It just went down so much. Like,
Yeah.
oh look, a new character.
It went from oh shit to oh shit.
And
Some A tier acting, dog.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They did a rework with Gardener. Really bad. Well, some people say it's good. Some people say it's bad. I personally think it's not that good. Some people complain about it, but
I mean, they've always complained about her though.
I mean, she's a trash character. Gar- Um, the devs are apparently planning to buff Gamekeeper and Lawyer. I don't know how.
It
I
only
don't
took
know.
them like a year.
The
I don't
two
know.
most underrated characters of the game. I don't think.
I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of scared.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Another issue with Identity V is matchmaking. Matchmaking queues.
Oh yeah.
When you play a Survivor, it takes so long, especially when you're in higher tiers. But then when you play Hunters, you get matches right away. Kind of shows you how unbalanced the game is and which which side players prefer. Thing is, when you play Hunter, you're very underpowered because the recent characters NetEase released are all just stunners. You got what? You got two of the recent stunners, Prospector and Enchantress, are really good. They're too good. They need nerfs.
I mean, they automatically take over all of what forward can usually do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
I mean,
pretty much.
he can kite. He can hella kite, right? But like, it doesn't matter if you have like two other stunners that you can choose from too. And each has their own perks as well.
Here's the thing: if you put a whole team of stunners, the Hunter's fucked.
Not even with excitement, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter's still fucked. You put a whole team of stunners, Hunter's fucked. Prospector needs another nerf. I swear. Like, Prospector's too good of a character, and Enchantress too. Imagine
Honestly, they should like remove every character after I think things started getting really bad when they added Prospector. That's when I started noticing, because everything up to that point I was like, okay, I get it. I guess I can tolerate it. But once they added Prospector, it was too much. I think they should remove
here,
dude. Every character after that, and maybe Axeboy too. Like every hunter after Axeboy.
Oh, dude, no. Every hunter, every character after Seer was just so bad.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Seer.
Seer was.
Yeah, because like
Seer
was as far as I was willing to go with complexity of mechanics.
That was a lot.
Oh yeah,
you have to read a fucking thesis paper to understand what a character does.
Oh, and then freaking Dream Witch comes in here, and it's like,
dude, Dream Witch.
I'm telling you,
I know, but the learning curve for that, it's too much.
Yeah, I know.
You have like
all the pro Dream Witch players are really good with her, but it's so hard playing her. If you actually try, if you try playing her with the free trial thing, it's so hard. You have to. It's I don't know. Very technical.
I don't think like there's an issue with difficulty curves. My issue with it is the difficulty curve appropriate for the game, right? Because up until that point, the most complex character was just well, I guess Tentacle Dude, whatever his name was just about as complex as you got on the hunter side of things. But the most complex character overall was Seer, in my opinion.
Yeah, true.
Like, I was willing to say, like, Seer is fine complexity-wise, but he's definitely getting outside of the game's scope of what it should be. I mean, it's a mobile game.
He was like,
what the devs need to do, they need to make hunters scary. That's the thing. They need to make the hunters are not scary. If you know how to kite them, they're not scary. Like Hellumber, holy crap! Bullying Hellumber is fun. A survivor. Unless they're really good. But most of the time it really depends on the person playing the character. But Gamekeeper, Hellumber, those two are probably one of the worst. Mad Ice is pretty hard to play. I'd say he's hard to go against if you don't know how to use the gates.
Yeah.
Because I tried playing Mad Ice, and it's really hard. It gets really frustrating playing him. Yeah, for some of the hunters, countering them is easy. Yes, that's my take on like the whole gameplay aspect. Another problem with Identity V is also the community.
All right, I'm going to mute myself temporarily so I can plug in my computer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But have you? Remember the thing you sent? What was it?
Oh man, wait, we gotta read it. Hold on, we gotta find it.
Oh my gosh! Wait! I need to wait. I'm gonna post it. I need to get the link again posted. So we
Can't find it.
Alright, so M was looking through the Facebook community for Identity V, and we found this one post. Oh, it's too good. It's too good.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I
sent the link. It's in the
you sent the link?
Yeah, it's in general.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my.
I'm gonna read it.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna reveal the person, but I'll read the post. I'm pretty sure y'all can find it yourselves. Just go into the Identity V official public group.
Yep. All right. Who wants to read?
Okay, I'll read it.
All right.
I have a question. How do you pop a cipher correctly? I've been told off by a few people saying that I popped it wrongly. Have them ask me, do you know how to pop cipher? Let me give you a few examples of how I pop cipher. 1. I pop the cipher when someone is hit, be it them having tide turner or not. Reason: the hunter is relishing in delight, which gives survivors around 2 seconds more to get away. What I'm trying to say is when tide turner is over, Both rescuer and person saved will collapse on the floor, resulting in Hunter picking up survivor directly. If I don't pop and a survivor was already on rocket chair 2 times, the third time they gets put on the rocket chair, they'll be blasted off. But I make sure to pop right when the hunter hits them and relish in delight. Not when the hunter is chasing them. I have 2 scenarios recently, including one just a few minutes ago. The one that just happened now, the seer was on the chair. Mercenary tried to save the seer and got hit twice. I popped the cipher because I saw Robbie relishing, and in my mind, I should also pop because Mercenary is already fully injured. However, only Seer had borrowed time. Half of your health recovers and you get dash speed. Mercenary collapsed somewhere as apparently he did not have borrowed time, but I managed to open both exit and heal him. Seer got hit by Robbie, and so was caught by Robbie. After the match, Seer asked if I know how to pop the cipher, as she, the player, wasn't happy she died, and we got a tie. The other scenario happened a few days ago. Mercenary saved Mechanic, who was immediately hit by Hunter, resulting in Tide Turner. I popped the cipher. Mechanic couldn't get away and got hit again, but with detention. Mercenary went to the exit that is near the Hunter. After Hunter put Mechanic on chair, he hit Mercenary with detention. Mercenary said I popped too late, when honestly, Mechanic just couldn't get away, and the Mercenary decided to key in at the exit where the Hunter was. Afterwards, I saved Mechanic when Hunter went away, unlocked the exit, ran to where Mercenary collapsed when he self-healed. Mercenary and Mechanic escaped. I died trying to save the perfumer who was supposed to be at the other exit at Moonlit, but got hit because she suddenly came to the building. I don't understand why I did wrongly, because if I don't pop, the seer would have collapsed and get picked up immediately. If I didn't pop when Mechanic was rescued, then when do I pop? If she collapsed on the floor, Hunter would pick her up immediately, so I pop when the Hunter is relishing. As for Mercenary, he blatantly just decode exit in front of Bloody Queen and then blame it on me that she saw him and hit him. Like, would people rather I pop when they're on the floor with the hunter is not being stunned or relishing in delight, and for them to get hit immediately the moment they stand up? I pop the cipher when a rescuer is down trying to save someone if he or she is near the chair. I have not been blamed for this, but I'll just list it as one of the reasons why I pop the cipher. I pop it when the hunter is relishing after hitting the rescuer so that the 2 seconds plus borrowed time's health recovery and speed boost gives the rescuer time and speed to save the person on the chair. You know what? This is too much attention. I would just for a fucking game. They typed the fuck. I'm not even done. I'm only 2/3 of the way.
How did this guy remember all this?
I don't know. Dude, it's a freaking play-by-play. There's so much detail. There's so much fucking detail. This thing's an essay. Wait, I'm gonna put this into a word counter. How many fucking
Are you always remember, pop the cipher with the hunters relishing in delight. Relishing in delight.
There's 1,000 words. I have homework that's shorter than 1,000 words.
Oh my god.
Holy
That's
shit.
bullshit. That's 1,000 fucking words exactly.
Oh my god.
Fuck. This was their essay. This was somebody's essay.
My god. And then there's comments, all this relishing delight. Oh man. Well, we're halfway through the podcast, which means
Wait, no. Can I say something really quickly?
Oh.
Before you get into it, I'm sure it'll segue well. So, if you haven't started watching that one anime where the wrestler gets imported to another world and then German suplexes the princess, you should watch it. It's written by the same guy that wrote Konosuba. More you know. All right, continue.
Well, it's time for our halfway Fuck. It's time for our halfway segment. Ours anime review. Shit.
Oh. Here, I'll say it so that way it sounds more official.
Fancy intro, fancy music intro. Play, please.
This
Something.
just in. We have a new report coming in about one of the latest animes. Sending it over to R. This is not what we want to hear. This is not what the people want. The people want you to stop.
That's what I want.
All right.
I don't care about what you want
Anime
at
review,
all.
the halftime segment where we take an anime. I give my
All right,
opinion
guys,
on
so
it,
it's looking
and we shit on it.
It's looking to be about the
Yay!
halfway point. And you know what that means? Not yet, because we've never done this segment before. But that means it's time for R's anime review. Take it away.
Thank you. Today we're going to be talking about Sword Art Online.
Oh my
Season
gosh.
1.
No,
Look,
no.
it's the low-hanging fruit. Look at him go. He's putting in so much time and effort. The low-hanging fruit.
All right. Fuck, do I have to... Well, there's this whole synopsis on my anime list. Should I just read off of that? I'll read it anyways, 'cause this is a crap anime. It's too long. Okay, so basically, stories about this guy named Kirito plays a game called Sword Art Online, and he plays it on this VR, AR headset, whatever it's called. And somehow, the creator of the game decided, hey, I'm going to trap you guys in this game, and if you die in this game, you die in real life. And the only way to escape is by defeating the last boss on this fucking dungeon tower bullcrap thing. So, Kirito is the main character, so it's his job to do all this fancy...
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Something just crossed my mind.
What?
Isn't that the fucking plot to Spy Kids 3?
Oh,
Isn't it? It's the fucking plot line to
Spy
freaking
Kids?
Junie and his sister Carmen as they escape the video game. It's Spy Kids 3.
Oh you're right.
Wow.
They ripped off Spy Kids 3.
It's
This is the most insightful and exciting podcast on the internet, folks. You heard it here first. SAO is actually Spy Kids 3.
the problem. the problem with the Sword Art Online is, although the music and the animation is pretty good, the characters, the story, it's not that good. Character development for Kirito specifically is not good in the first season. Like they especially the pacing. The pacing was too fast for the first arc. What they could have done was
This
just
guy. You could just be saying Sword Art bad, Sword Art SAO bad, Overlord good, and people would be like, yeah.
Well, I just want to share my opinion. So, what they could have done was just take the first arc and just, expand that to just one season, to get more story. But, it's, I don't know, the author did terrible. Whoever wrote this fucking story did terrible. Anyways, fucking 7.52 on my anime list. Jesus fucking Christ. I rate this anime a 4 out of 10.
All right, wow.
Now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, so let's see. What do we have next in store? Let's check out my Quora feed because I can.
Welcome back to Pineapple Catfish. All right. So.
All right. Let's see.
So who watched the Joker movie?
Nobody. What is a Joker? I've never heard of that.
It's a DC character.
Seriously? Bro.
Did I say something wrong?
He's a DC character.
Did I do something wrong?
Never mind. You know what? You're innocent, okay? Don't worry about it.
Alright. Well, F, you didn't see the movie yet, right?
No, but I don't really care to see it. I was more interested in the news media backlash against it.
I mean,
it's gotten mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I think it's for the exact same reason. People went in and they got something they didn't expect. Some of them were happy with that. Some of them were really pissed.
I was pretty happy with it. I really like how the story went. The pacing was really good.
Because like,
really good.
Yeah, because when you watch it, you realize, oh, this isn't a superhero / supervillain movie. This is a movie about a man who's going insane, and that's all it is. That's all it ever will be.
Psychological horror. It's amazing. I love
Exactly.
psychological horror. Psychological horror is really interesting to watch.
There's no superheroes. There's no qualms about justice. There's nothing about that. It's just some guy. He's treated like shit, and then you just see what happens. That's all it is. That's all the movie is.
It's all based around like his mental illness too.
Mm-hmm. And I guess like a lot of people were kind of surprised by that because they thought it was going to be, especially with the track that DC has been going, they haven't really been making very intellectual movies. They've just been trying to market bullshit for so long, trying to beat Marvel at their own game. But here's the thing: Marvel has been setting up the Avengers for nearly 2 decades?
Years, yeah,
freaking 20 years. You can't tell me that you can just do that in the span of like 4, like was that 4 years?
Oh, for the DC one?
Yeah, the DCU, that was like 4 years. That was it.
They didn't do
That's
that.
why I think with Joker they're trying to reset the tone because like right now they're kind of going downhill.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The story is really good. I think part of the reason why people were mad about the movie, I think part of it could have been the political, the political ideals in it. Like how like with the rich and poor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some people could have been, uncomfortable seeing that.
I get that.
I mean, that's understandable, but they have to realize this is like this. It's fictional, This is Gotham. It's not. I mean, I guess you can say it reflects the real world, but I mean, it's just fiction, Don't take it seriously.
I don't really think that's that great of a criticism, honestly. It's fiction. Don't take it seriously.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think fiction should be taken seriously. I think that people just need to realize that it is fiction and then think about the implications of what it's saying rather than what's actually happening.
There you go. Listen to F. Don't listen to me.
Yeah. That's right. Listen to me only. I'm the only one who's important here.
But you know what though? It does, like, regardless of the plot and the characters and the statements that the movie was trying to make, Joaquin Phoenix nailed it.
Oh no, he did really
good. He fucking nailed that shit.
Oh, there's that clip of the Oh yeah, you showed me the clip he was using to practice the
so
laugh.
Basically, in the movie, Joaquin Phoenix's character Arthur has a condition where he laughs uncontrollably. He has pathological laughter. I forgot the exact name. It was hold on. I'm gonna make sure I'm correct. Pathological laughter. That's not like the medical.
It's like the common term. That's the
common term. Pseudo-bulbar effect. That's what it's called. PBA. And there's a video on YouTube that recently just went viral of a guy with pseudobulbar effect. And I watched that video before watching the movie, and the first thing you hear is just the laughter, and it sent chills down my spine because it sounded exactly like the video of the guy who actually has the condition. Apparently Joaquin watched that clip like over and over, trying to nail the character, and like he would listen to recordings of himself and try to compare. I'm not sure exactly how much time and effort he dedicated into building the character, but I mean, just looking at his personality and his and the body he got by the time the movie came around.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See how skinny?
Yeah, he lost like 15 pounds for that movie.
So skinny.
He looked so skinny.
And then when you watch the interviews, he's like, he got better. But holy crap! like if you compare his interview, like his body proportion in his interview to like how he is in the movie, oh my gosh, skinny.
And I mean, there are like debates going on. Oh, who's better, Heath Ledger or Joaquin? And not even debates. They're just like you go on YouTube, you look it up really quick. It's just a bunch of people trying to get views,
Oh yeah,
trying to milk the hell out of that shit.
no,
I don't think
I watched both. I watched both of them. I rewatched like some of the scenes of what's his name?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Yeah, I rewatched his scenes. Both Jokers are completely different characters. I
I
don't think.
mean, this Joker isn't even supposed to be part of the DCEU. It's not even supposed to be part of that. It's just its own movie. And also Heath Ledger's dead as hell, so he can't like really make an argument back. He can't really, it's not fair. It's really not. And honestly, like every Joker from now on, I know they will be compared to Heath Ledger because he actually became legendary for that role.
Heath Ledger, dude. I rewatched his scenes. He does really good. He his acting is really good.
I mean, it's unsettling because he takes away the part of people that make them people. Like you just take one look at him, you can see he really doesn't give a fuck about anything. And I think that's what scared most people. Like this guy is actually, they can't trust him because they don't know what he's feeling at any one time. You can't read him. You don't know what he's gonna do next. But yeah, but it's really not fair. They're two completely different Jokers. It's really not fair. One is supposed to be a symbol. Heath Ledger's Joker is just supposed to be a symbol for everything horrible about the world combined into one person. But Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is supposed to be what happens when everything horrible happens to a person. It's the more human aspect of it. And I think comparing them just doesn't work. There's a disconnect because you're comparing two completely different characters. Even outside of the actors, just the way the two people are written, those are two different Jokers. It's not fair comparing them.
Yeah, I I don't have much to add. I agree. I agree with what you say. With what you said. I mean, you can probably say the same thing about the different Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Who do we have?
We
Tobey
got Tobey
Maguire,
Maguire and then Andrew
Andrew
Garfield,
Garfield,
and
Tom
then
Holland. Like,
mhm.
each one were different types of Spider-Man. Um, I forgot how was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Was his more of like I don't know. What was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? What was he like? 'Cause I kind of forgot.
Honestly, the character itself, the character of Spider-Man didn't really have a personality, I would say.
For Tobey Maguire's.
It was a little bit confused. I couldn't tell whether he was being heroic, if he was being, tough or brave, or if he was scared or anything. I don't think it has so much to do with Tobey Maguire and his acting. I just think it's the way that Spider-Man was written.
Yeah.
But still, like the story was incredible. Like the characters themselves,
Oh yeah.
they this isn't really a character driven like trilogy. Honestly, each character doesn't really have a personality, in my opinion.
Oh, you mean the
Spider-Man
Spider-Man?
in that movie didn't really stand for something. He was just a superhero. There was no
Okay,
like,
I see what you mean.
yeah, there was no deeper context that they were trying to convey. It was just a Spider-Man, but the story was so good. All the plot twists, all of it. The story was so well written,
I
and they
like
didn't.
I like Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. Oh, dude.
There's a dance.
Oh shit, that scene gave me fucking chills when I watched it. I was like, how old was I when that came out? I was like a kid.
Yeah, we were all kids when it came
Yeah.
We're all still kids, let's be honest.
out.
I'll be kid when I'm 70. No one will. We were 7.
7.
We were like, yeah, we were fucking kids. Oh,
Wow.
wait. That
That
came out
was really
incorrectly.
good. Hey, can we
That
edit
was
that? Can we clip
that
that?
came
Can we
out
just clip that
bad.
and post that alone? Can we just put that alone?
Oh shit!
Can that get its own standalone video? Can we have an edit behind that?
I'll use a censor.
Get like an animator to like
Oh.
make a derpy little child of M just like saying that, like hyper exaggerated facial expressions and everything. Like the old Ego Raptor shit. Remember that? God damn.
What the fuck? What about the Andrew Garfield one though? Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
I think they tried to make it a little more inspirational with him. Like when I watched that Spider-Man, I felt like, oh, they gave him a personality. They gave him an ideal. They made him represent something. But
they made him edgy.
yeah, they made him really edgy. I
Cage is
guess
my
they tried
favorite
to make it.
Spider-Man.
They tried to make it better by like making him make jokes, but whenever he did it, it just made you feel really uncomfortable. Because you know he's edgy, and then he says like quips like that. You're like, that's not the same person. That's a different Spider-Man. It's not. That's not it.
Some people say Tom Holland's Spider-Man's good.
He is in some respects. They're trying to change the demographic because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, like, I know when I was a kid, I was kind of scared of it. Like the movies, all three of them. They're not child-friendly movies.
Spider-Man 3, like when I was little and I saw Venom, I was like, oh shoot, that's scary.
Yeah, like, and the story too, and just the overall, like, the cinematography, the music, just everything. It was really intimidating to a kid. But I think this movie, they're trying to relate more to kids. Like they're trying to make it closer to the comics.
Yeah, Tom Holland's
brighter colors, younger characters.
Or Dayglow.
Go.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is supposed to be more family friendly. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And I like this one because they're consistent with the character. I mean, the story isn't, the story isn't completely as like intense or as engaging as like even Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield's. It's just not as engaging, but it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. You can tell just one look at it. I mean, just like this, just the way it was made completely. It stayed true to like all the other
previous
Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, the themes and all that. And yeah, they try to make it more relatable. With his eyes, they can move now, like in the comics.
Oh yeah, because he has a suit and everything.
Yeah, and then in the comics, he would always make jokes to himself. He would keep talking to himself in his head. There were always like thought bubbles that popped up next to his head.
Very much
in
a
the
banter
comics.
kid.
Yeah, and when they try to make it, I mean, it's weird. You can't have Tom Holland freaking muttering to himself the whole movie.
Yeah.
So that's why they made Karen. Yeah. They made the AI so he could technically talk to himself through the whole movie.
That's really smart.
I
really like how that, when I like how they did that with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
And like people are upset that they took away how serious Spider-Man was supposed to be, that they made him a kid. But I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah, that's how it was in the comics.
Yeah. And on top of that, we already have two extremely like dark Spider-Men. We don't need another one. I think it's a good change of pace, at least for the Spider-Man franchise. But now I'm hella scared when Sony pulled that shit with with Disney.
Dude, the comments. Oh my gosh. If you went on Instagram and like on the Marvel accounts during that whole
the whole drama
situation,
yeah,
everyone would ask, please bring Spider-Man back. Oh my god. There's a whole split. The community got split. You had Spider-Man fans and people who were sick of them. It was intense. It was so intense. Oh my gosh. Oh my! It was. Oh my gosh! I went. Yeah. Whenever I saw a Marvel post, I always went to the comments, and then eventually they went with a deal already. So I think it's all good now, right?
Yeah. And honestly, when I forgot exactly what Sony did. No, why Sony did what they did.
No, I
But
think it's because it's Disney. I think Disney wanted more.
yeah, but like every time I look at it, it makes sense. I think it's just because Disney asked for more money or not, they wanted more out of the Spider-Man franchise than Sony was willing to give up or could give up at all.
Yeah. Sony something smart, or yeah, like I mean, it's understandable from if you were from that kind of standpoint.
And yeah,
Just-
and Disney's fucking gigantic, so
yeah,
like,
they already have enough. They just
I
want
mean, what
more.
more do you want?
Yeah,
You got Star Wars, you got Marvel. What else you need?
Star Wars just went terrible. Well, the thing I have with with the Tom Holland Spider Man,
Mm.
the one of the issues I have with it are the villains. I feel like they don't have enough backstory to make them, likable.
I mean, Mysterio had a little bit of backstory. He was a likable enough
Oh, that
dude.
is true.
Yeah, yeah.
But Vulture, I don't know about Vulture. I don't know what his backstory was.
Dang, I forgot Vulture was actually a villain.
Yeah, I know. It's like there's no
Dude, no,
backstory.
Vulture's just a drug dealer. That's all he is.
That's
Like,
it? Is
yeah,
that
well, not
really?
drug dealer. He was a weapons dealer, but it's basically drugs.
It's,
That's it.
it's such a lame backstory. It's
Yeah,
so weak.
but Mysterio makes sense.
Oh no, no. You know what? Now that I think about it, Mysterio was a pretty good character. Like his backstory made sense. I take that back. But I mean, Vulture. Holy crap! It's just a weapons dealer.
Super forgettable. Oh my god.
What happened? Wait, what happened to the love interest though in the first movie?
Wait,
The
of
love
who?
interest?
Which Spider-Man?
Tom Holland, the senior, the one
Oh
he was into.
yeah.
What happened? What's gonna happen with her?
I
Idea.
don't know.
Do you think? I don't know. I was looking up her name. Apparently, it's the same name of like that one Iron Lady. Uh, there's that one comic of one of Iron Man's successors, which is like black girl with the same name. I think. I
Oh,
don't know if it's.
there. In the movie, her name was Liz.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the Iron Man version had like the same name and looked the same. So I don't know if that's just hinting to it, but I mean, Tony Stark already died, so he needs a successor.
Whoa! You just spoiled everyone. You just spoiled everything.
My
What?
spoiler
Whoa.
limit is 2 months. If you haven't figured it out after 2 months, you don't fucking get a right to. Oh, spoilers! Like
We all,
I've seen people in comment sections of YouTube complaining about spoilers for like the most asinine shit.
bro.
It's like
We all
you just spoiled Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho for me. How will I ever enjoy it, bitch? Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho came out. When did it fucking come out?
this is the 1960s, 70s,
1960s.
1960s,
Bitch,
1960s, 1970s, or
it
no,
has
19.
been 60 motherfucking years. Get the fuck over yourself.
It's a good movie too.
Oh, you spoiled me. It's been 60 years. Not everybody can fucking bend the world to your shitty fucking whims. Like, I don't get people. It's like everybody on the internet should change themselves to
Breathing on
fit
the
my point
monitor.
of view. It's dumb if they don't do it. Like, it's like the same fucking paradigm of like a parent is like to the television network is like, you can't air this because my child watched it. Turn on your fucking parental controls then, you dumbass. Or don't let your fucking child watch TV unattended. The world does not fucking change around you, you stupid fuckers. That's one thing I fucking hate. In the modern day, the idea that the customer is always right. The customer is not always right. The customer is an asshole.
Oh yeah. Didn't you? I mean, you worked before. Didn't you say
Oh,
something
both
Worked
about?
for
of
a
us.
company, we'll call it penises.
No, I mean, did you? You gave it away.
No,
You gave it away. Well. Didn't you
no,
say?
you.
Well, didn't you say there
What
was
did
that
I give
punk?
away? Huh?
Okay,
Well,
never mind. But
no,
wait.
no, no, no. It's called penises.
Okay,
We didn't give anything away. What are you talking about?
I worked in customer services with penises for about a year, and I ran across so many people that were just self-righteous assholes. Can you fucking not? The world is not your fucking oyster, you fucklets. You do not have complete control over what everybody else does, and why should you expect it? I hate that in the modern day, we've given people the perception that they are to be treated as gods, because it gives people so much of a fucking complex that they're just impossible to deal with. It's fucking terrible.
Isn't there a policy with customers and workers? Isn't there like some kind of service policy where the workers can't, touch the customers or?
No, we can't do anything to them.
Then it can be counted as assault of any different kind if you touch a customer,
No,
even if they are like obviously
like
what?
I mean, not touch them, but like say stuff to them, kind of thing.
What do you mean
say stuff that may like. I believe one of the cases was that there's this one lady that was stealing, and somebody talked to her in a confrontatory, like accusatory way of like talking to her, like, "Are you doing this, ma'am? Do you need any help?" And it got to the point apparently that she was like, "Oh, you guys are profiling me. I'm going to sue the company for profiling me," and she actually won her case, even though she was very obviously stealing. And now the company doesn't let us talk to people in a way that implies that they're stealing anymore.
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yep, she won her case. Can you believe that? Somebody who was very clearly stealing won a case for saying we were profiling her. Not we. I wasn't even there when this happened. It happened several years before my personal employment at Penises. So.
Oh man, that sucks.
So I watched this dude in my row swap a pair of $20 shoes with a $150 pair of shoes. And I just looked at him and he looked at me and he knew I couldn't do shit. So I nodded at him and he nodded at me and he walked away. He said, "Oh wow,
Oh my gosh.
how'd those cheap shoes get into that $150 box? I don't want that. Send it to the back. These $20 shoes though, which I'm not going to open the box of, I'm gonna take them. $20 isn't that much to pay. Okay, what am I going to do about it? I can't, first of all. Second of all, I'm not getting stabbed for $130 for penises. Like, sorry, you don't pay me enough to get confronted by people. I don't care.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah.
There's actually like some people have taken up the policy of not hiring people that are like, my strong sense of justice would compel me to uphold my love and respect of the company. Like some companies
or like
have
people
actually started stepping
who
away
admit
from
that they're people who admit they're like really confrontational or
confrontational people with strong senses of justice. They do not get hired for customer service because you have to be willing to not one ignore your sense of justice because people will treat you like shit even though you're trying your best. And two, you have to like listen to people's stupid, shitty demands, and they will get their way in the end of the day. And you can't do anything about it. You just have to work with them.
Sometimes they even get more than their way. They get free shit because for the one sole reason that they get to act better than everyone else because they're the customer.
Okay, so one time this lady came in to buy 15 pink headbands made by a company, we'll call it Swoosh Company. Now Swoosh Company, it's a pretty high-end brand, costs a lot of money. I'd say each headband was around $15. So that's maybe 15 times 15. Help me out. I'm not a math guy. Fuck math.
15 times 15, isn't that 225? No. 256?
Are you getting the 6 from, dog?
I don't know. Oh wait, I'm stupid. No, isn't it 225?
I have no idea. We're going to say it's $225. So this lady comes up to me and is just like, "Hello, I'm going to be buying these headbands in bulk today. So I'd like you to ask your manager if I can get a discount." And I was like, this isn't really in bulk. You're buying 15. Bulk is more like, you're getting a whole shipment of them. So it's around 100, like a whole box. And she's like, well, I didn't say this out loud. Of course, I have to comply because the customer's always right. I say,
Bullshit.
Manager person. This person wants a discount for buying many things, 15 of them. And the manager said to me, okay, I'll see what we can do for her when she gets to the front counter. So she goes up to the front counter, and I hear from my friends at the front counter that lady got a 20% discount because she asked for it.
They gave her the discount because she asked for it?
20% discount because she asked for it.
Did the store offer that?
She said, I deserve a discount because I'm buying $225 worth of stuff today. I deserve a discount for no particular reason. I'm going to ask for one because I deserve one, because I'm just that good of a person. Like, the homeless person that lives across the street from me, I kicked him. I kicked him to put him out of his misery. I deserve this. I deserve this 20% discount on $225.
It comes to show you how much customers could abuse the system.
My $40 discount because I asked for it.
That's terrible.
Good. Great.
I mean, whenever I walk into a store or restaurant, I don't really take advantage of whatever they have. I don't really take advantage of the workers.
You can most certainly game the system, baby. You can ask for whatever you want, and most companies will be inclined to give it to you. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit of something about the retail corporate ladder. The way it works is individual stores receive funding from the people up top. We'll call the CEOs, not exactly, but we'll just say the people in the actual cubicles and whatnot. They decide how much money an individual store gets. My store, and they decide that off of the reviews of the store. So you want to get surveys that are positive, good surveys, whatever. So if you get negative surveys, it's much worse than getting positive ones. Positive ones are there to kind of keep the status quo and make sure you're getting the same amount of funding. But as soon as you start piling on negative reviews, you start losing funding like mad. Like, the people in the cubicles are like, you are doing so poorly. You're destroying our company's reputation. You don't deserve any money. So that means you can't hire employees. You can't restock as much, et cetera, et cetera. You lose space in your store. Just general stuff like that. And customers have begun to realize that that's how it works. So they know they can threaten a negative review on a place and actually get free stuff, because it's worth losing $40 to this one lady that wants a discount for no reason than losing several $1,000s because she sent a bad review to corporate. Isn't that crazy?
Damn.
That's how much power a customer has. A customer has the power to get $40 free because of a bad review would screw over a singular store so much. Doesn't that just seem like a very garbage system to y'all? Oh my god.
It's terrible. I don't like
that. That's how the that's how the retail ladder works. Haha.
And food service too. That's the way it works too. Exact same way.
Retail and food service, both of them are really messed up. Let me make this clear. I support everybody's right to freedom, except in this one case. Everybody needs mandatory service of 1 year or more in retail or food service. Can we just say that?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Respect your right to freedom and whatnot, but you need to work there so you can stop being a garbage person. So you can start.
That's a great idea. I like that.
Other people other than yourself matter. Yeah, it's nice that everybody is free to do whatever they want and everything. But I feel like it would be beneficial societally to make everybody learn what it's like to be on the shitty end of the stick. I feel like the main issue in our society is the complete lack of perspective, right? Because you don't really know. You like, oh yeah, starving children in Africa. Ha, ha, ha. It's funny until you meet a starving child while you're in Africa. I'm reasonably sure it would work that way. I myself have not met a starving child from Africa because I don't leave the house very often. But if I were to, I'm reasonably sure I would no longer feel especially comfortable with making jokes about starving children in Africa. I just love leaving me out to dry. I say some shit and then I just have a fucking train of silence following me.
Empathy is a hell of a drug.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, really.
What do you call those? I said it was like a train of silence. What do you call that? That's a that one guy. We learned this in Latin. Help me out. It was a simile. It was a simile by somebody. Homeric simile.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
What the hell?
I was relating silent trains to silence, dude. That's where it's at.
I forgot, but I know what you're talking about.
Homeric similes. That's where it's at.
I left my copy of the Aeneid at home.
Oh, I wish I had it, because then we could do a fun, terrible reading of it, in which I use a very overly sexualized voice and read about 40 to 50 lines of it.
Talk about arms, sing of arms.
Well, we can always do that. We can always do that next podcast.
Oh yeah.
Sing me of arms and a man. Good? Like you guys, your motor's running, folks?
No.
Damn, okay.
Crying shame, that one. Next time, I guess I'll have to read some kind of terrible, terrible webcomic that is terrible.
Oh, great, webcomic.
Oh.
All right, guys. I think we're about to have to sign off soon. But
yeah, we gotta go.
Next time, make sure you look out for the readings of Chinese and South Korean, not North Korean webcomics, because those don't exist. Chinese and South Korean webcomics by the Pineapple Catfish crew.
Can't wait to read that.
I'm going to be reading it with sound effects and editing and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm excited.
Let's do the sound effects.
All of the sound effects will be homemade. We won't be using any sound libraries. And all the voice actors will be us. Mainly me.
Just the three of us.
Because I feel most comfortable doing tons of different voices.
Oh,
heck yeah.
Damn.
Oh, baby.
So, make sure you guys tune in for that next time.
Oh, but if there's an Indian voice, I got it.
Okay. We're going to edit that out in post, by the way. Anyways. All right, everybody. Looks like it's about time for us to wrap this up. I'm F.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, fine. Wait.
All
right, everybody.
Everyone go back to freaking.
All right, everybody. It looks like it's about time for us to wrap this up. Does anybody have any closing words they'd like to say to the audience before we leave? Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm F.
I'm M.
And I am R.
This has been Pineapple Catfish, the moderately mediocre podcast, signing off. Thanks for watching, and have a classy day.
Please like, subscribe, and share all over.
Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on everything. Y'all know what to do. You already know what's up. Just do the shit.
Submit.
What are you, 12?
Submit.